In the morning when I'm driving, I really come alive when I listen to my Ronnie, I listen to my Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie. In the morning while I'm driving, Ronnie, I really come alive when it's time for Ronnie Q. I listen to my Ronnie, Ronnie. I listen to my Ronnie. It's time for Ronnie Q. Take a seat and go meet Ronnie. Sweet, 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 sweet Ronnie. No day complete without my Ronnie. She can't be beat. Sweet, sweet Ronnie.
Grand rising, grand late rising. Hello, hello, hello. Please hit the like button on your way in. T. Danielle, are you still here? I'm pretty sure you're not here. YouTube cameras, what are you doing? Why aren't you live? Grand Rising YouTube cameras. Voodoo, I know you guys are probably gone. T. Danielle was probably here. I came live late, so I don't know if T. Danielle is even here. I don't know if Voodoo is. You slept in as well? I slept in by mistake. I forgot to set my alarm clock, and I got up on my husband's alarm clock. So I know what you mean. I know what you mean. And you're not out here telling them who's running amok out here. YouTube cameras. They need you to tell them who's running amok out here. I watched a little bit of the tracker yesterday before I fell asleep, and it seems like it's a lot going on. But I don't know what's going on. I can't call it. So are you going live today? I know you're going live today. They are all running amok. I agree. So you're gonna have to go live and talk about it. What I saw? No, it was Stump Down who was talking. I think, it was Stump Down, and he was talking about Lemon is definitely doing a play, and he was saying that if the people can't see it, they're crazy. And so, do you agree? He definitely says that Lemon is running a play. And I kind of think that Ness is in on it with him. I think that they are willing to bury the hatchet, but just for a different storyline. I'll put it that way. His Grand Rising kind to me. I wonder too. He said he can't go live until the 15th. That's bullshit because he said he has a third channel. So the first two channels that got struck, it doesn't matter because he's already admitted that he has a third channel. So okay, it's bullshit. Hey CEO boss lady, what's going on? I started late. Now, wait a minute. Do you have to have what do you have to go live now? Did they change it or do you have to have no, you can just get your channel and go live, right? Yeah, you can just get your channel and go live. Am I right? I I think no, you don't have to have anything to go live. So, uh why would he have to wait till the 15th to go live if you yeah, so uh, so it's bullshit. He's already admitted that he had a third channel. So, he can go live. He doesn't have to build that channel or all of this uh, bullshit. If he has a third channel, he can go live on the third channel and then say on the 15th, go to the regular channel. So after maybe 48 hours, you can go live. Exactly. Okay. So this has been over 48 hours ago. I heard him confirm that he had a third channel. What's this about? Watch hours running cute? No. Uh, how long after you start your channel can you go live? Is the question. Because Lemon is over there lying that all of these alleged strikes that he had are are gone now, but he can't go live until the 15th. But he says he has a third channel. So it doesn't make sense. It's a play and it's a lie at what he's known for doing. Oh, yeah, that's what it's about. So I don't know anything else that's going on in the YouTube streets. Uh, this stuff is so remedial at this point um, that I'm watching different things. So I can't call it on the YouTube streets. Grand Rising, Nappy Child. I'm glad that you saw that I came on later. I hope you are doing well today. So now, how many of you have watched the news, and how many of you think we're about to go into a depression or a recession with this numbnuts in office? I think it's about to. I think it's about to really get bad. I don't. I think a lot of people think that this is life as, you know, do 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 do. Ain't nothing gonna happen. I think life is about to really get bad for a whole lot of people. Do you guys think that it's business as usual and some mighty God is gonna come in and do for you what you should be doing for yourself? That He gave you the tools to do, or God's just gonna come in and fix it? No answers. No opinions. Y'all don't believe in God? What's going on? Hmm. No comment. Okay. So I was watching a lot of stuff. Let me see all the stuff that I was watching. Um hmm. Did you guys pay attention to the comment about they were spending $8 million on trans mice? I've never heard of a trans mice. I've heard of a trans rat, but not a trans mice. Did you hear 4547 talk about spending $8 million on trans mice, transsexual mice? FADO. Is that a new saying, or you had a typo? You had a typo. Okay. Did you hear the comment about the transgendered mice? And I was like, what the hell is he talking about? He didn't know what the hell he was talking about his damn self, come to find out. Uh, let me share something with you. And what the fuck are the Democrats doing? Why is it Hakeem Jeffrey is mad at the Democrats who showed any type of resisting or by holding up those little paddles uh, and he was. I heard that he was really mad that Al Green actually stood up and verbalized uh, what he verbalized about Medicaid. So Hakeem Jeffries said that they should have sat there and have been dignified. But with all that's coming at people who are not millionaires and billionaires, I think that dignity is not going to get sitting there being dignified is not going to get us anywhere. I think that he has not voiced a plan of action, and I think he's a real disappointment at this time. Does anybody agree? Is anybody here? Grand Rising, M. Renee. So I really think that Hakeem Jeffries uh, needs to execute a better plan. I see that a lot of Democrats are venturing into red states and actually holding town hall meetings because the red states representatives have been told to not do their own town hall meetings. We have this. We have this deadline to come up with a deal on the budget or a continuing resolution to not shut the government down by the 15th. I think that the government will be shut down. I don't know. Hakeem Jeffries is the minority whip. So I think that he, even though he says they're not going to help the Republicans uh, get a plan, I can see him saying, oh, well, we had to do a deal and, we couldn't have the government shut down. But we already know that 45, 47 don't give a shit about closing down the government because in his last term, it was one of the longest government shutdowns. I think it was 33 days behind some bullshit. I if memory serves me right, It may no, it wasn't behind the tax cut because they just gave them the tax cut. But we've already had a government shutdown, and we know that means absolutely nothing to him. So, what do you guys think? You guys have nothing. It's hard to talk to. It's hard to talk to you people this morning. Okay, so what else? What else do I want to talk about? Guess who's hiring? Guess who's hiring? With all this firing going on in the government, can you guys guess who's hiring? I need you guys to be interactive with me. Does anybody know who's hiring? I guess not. All right, guys. The one opportunity they had to walk out where it would have been beneficial to make a stand for there was no vote. Who's hiring, child? Thank you, J911. Yes, that's who's hiring. Doge is hiring. Let me share my screen with you guys. With all of the firing that's going on, I need you to see who's hiring. Musk plans to double Doge staff amid federal government cuts. He's going to double his own staff. What is the pay? What is the pay? I wonder if he's going to hire. No, he says that he's going to hire a lot of tech and tech jobs. And let me tell you who he's looking to hire. I have to enlarge this. Elon Musk said Monday Doge staffs are pretty much in every government department, and he's looking to roughly double the number on the cost-cutting team he's the face of. He's just the face. Has the white woman who they said that's in charge of Doge gotten off for her 2-week Mexican vacation yet? And we haven't heard nothing else about her. Why it matters? The Trump administration's Doge-driven mass firings of federal workers have faced multiple legal challenges and resistance from some Republican lawmakers who are facing the impacts that the department's cuts will have on their constituents and states. It doesn't seem like they care because they're not talking up against it. They're not taking control of it. Okay. Musk said on Fox Business Network, Kudrow, Monday, Doge is trying to act broadly across all departments. So it is not just one department at a time. The department is pretty much in all of them now. So the Doge department, the Doge fake department is in all of other departments now. Doge team currently comprises a little over 100 staff, and we're going to get to 200. So I haven't heard of this 100 staff. I heard that it was a bare bones staff that was just going in wreaking havoc. So that's news to me. Kudlow asked the world's richest person and senior advisor to the president where he's recruiting from. It basically is software people, information security software people, and finance, Musk said. It's basically, yes, finance and technology. So if you guys want to apply for Doge, they are hiring. So that's the thing. Going through the motions per Project 2025. I'm sick of seeing Elon's face. Project 2025 when venting loyalists. Yes, let's not forget that they said that they would be replacing these jobs with loyalists. They said that they had some type of central what is it, like a employment agency for Trump loyalists who could actually toe the line. This is let's go into this a little bit. Okay. They specifically want to fire Democrats. Elon Musk did an interview, and they asked him about that. But I don't know why anybody would be surprised, because he's already said that that's what they plan to do. So let's hear it from his own mouth. Okay, hold on. This is the interview with Larry Kudlow as well. So let me share my screen and let's check this out. All my links that I'm using are in the description box. So let's hear from Musk himself.
To enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way, and it really does mean a lot to me. Now let's get into the first very bad clip of this interview.
So your review and analysis was spot on.
Yes. So I think when people criticize, say, what Doge is doing, we say, well, which part specifically? Because we put all of the actions of the Doge team on the Doge.gov website and on the Doge handle on X. So we put.
Okay. We're going to go back to that. We put all the things on the Doge website. And then you take it off and you don't mention anything. Is he going to mention all of the stuff that they put on and have taken off, all the highest budget items that they say that they have saved and then have to turn around and take them off? Is he going to talk about all the mishandling of workers who were essential workers that they fired and then they had to turn around and scramble to get them back? No, he's not going to mention anything. He's right on target. Everything he's done so far has been right. Let's continue.
Post the receipts. So it's like this.
He posts the receipts. Let me go back ahead.
And on the Doge handle on X. So we post the receipts. So it's like this action has been taken. This action has been taken. So when we get criticism, we say like of what? Which line do you disagree with? Like which?
The lines that have been disagreed with are the ones that you have snuck and took off your list in the middle of the night. So when you get questions, you don't say of what, you take them off the website. Let's be clear. This is some bullshit. And Larry Kudlow know that this is some bullshit that he's hearing. But they're just gonna just put this out here to their dumb public to act as if, oh, Doge is doing good things. Let's continue.
Which cost saving do disagree with, and then people usually can't think of any.
And they try to purse it as which cost saving do you disagree with? The ones that are inaccurate, those all of those that you took off once it was explained to you that you were triple counting things, that you were counting things that already had been paid off in 2015. You counted those as you removing them for cost cutting purposes, that type of stuff, to be specific. Anyway, let's continue.
No,
So
it's transparent line by line,
it's transparent line by line.
which is quite.
So Elon is justifying.
Okay, let me get to what I want you to hear also come out of this liar's mouth, in my opinion.
As we heard more of them right here.
There was a cyber attack on X today, which shut it down and may have been foreign sourced.
Yes.
It's a big story. You want to give us a moment on that?
Well, we're not sure exactly what happened, but there was a massive cyber attack to try to bring down the X system with IP addresses originating in the Ukraine area.
Okay, so Ukraine. Okay, so you guys have cut off all intelligence reports to Ukraine. You guys have cut off all the what is that satellite that he has that would help them repair their electrical grid. And now this is Musk. What is that satellite he has? Starlink. And you guys have cut off Ukraine in every way, and they have been getting bombarded. They are out of power and all of this stuff. Now, all of a sudden, Twitter crashes, and you want to blame the Ukrainian people. They don't even have power to do their missions. They don't have the intel to fight, to send these planes up that we gave them to fight for their lives. But all they got time, and they got internet VPN numbers to take down X. Is that what he's saying? Of course, it came from you. You think that everybody's gonna buy this shit, that the Ukrainians took down X? This is like really some disgusting shit here. Let's continue.
So Elon is trying to push the narrative that Ukraine somehow is responsible for making Twitter glitch out today. I don't know if you were on Twitter today, but it was pretty.
Okay, let me get to this some more. Let's see what else.
He's going after next.
So the waste and report in entitlement spending, which is which is most of the federal spending is entitlements.
Most of the federal spending is entitlements. Okay, so what is the Defense Department? What is the Defense Department? What is so you cannot include Social Security into federal spending, because that's not the federal dollars. That's the people's own dollars. So let's be clear here. See, you're not talking to people who think that, hey, the government is giving us some free shit by paying Social Security. They're giving us some real free shit. But you don't have. Okay, let me continue.
That's like the big one to eliminate. Is that's the sort of $500 billion, maybe $700 billion a year.
That's the big one to eliminate. Okay, but the Defense Department budget is 850 something trillion. No, it's not trillion. Billion a year. You haven't gone over there not once. There has been no talk about waste, fraud, and abuse in that department that has not been able to balance a budget, who has not in the past 6 or 7 years. So, wouldn't that be the obvious place to go? I think that no, because that's where you get your own personal contracts from. That's where you get your fucking entitlements from in the millions of dollars. So of course you're not going to go there.
That is also
I'm trying to get to who he want to fire. Okay.
a mechanism by which the Democrats attract and retain illegal immigrants by essentially paying them to come here and then turning them into.
Well, what excuse me? Entitlements programs is how Democrats attract immigrants to come here and stay here. They pay them. So you must be a Democrat because you are the one who are attracting the people from India to come here with your H-1N visas to work for you. See, you people, you rich who want to underpay people, you who want to have people come here from India and pay them as engineers at Starlink and all your other companies, and you want to pay engineers $70,000 a motherfucking year, which you know is underscale for an engineer, and have them at work every waking hour and living in apartments 6 to 8 to an apartment. But you're trying to say it's the entitlement programs that pays immigrants? Entitlement programs don't pay immigrants. Motherfuckers like you who don't want to give the American workers a fucking equal pay, a motherfucking pay that they deserve, is the thing that attract immigrants all the way down to picking fruit and all the way up through engineering. Motherfucker, who the fuck you think you fooling? The immigrant always take the motherfucking fall for y'all shit, but the employer is never on the hook for all the immigrants that they hire. Let me go back. I didn't even hear that part.
That's like the big one to eliminate, because that's the sort of $500 billion, maybe $700 billion a year. That is also a mechanism by which the Democrats attract and retain illegal immigrants by essentially paying them to come here and then turning them into voters.
Yes.
So how can they pay them to come here through what is it? Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. How is that paying immigrants to come here when immigrants don't get Social Security checks? And how can they turn an illegal immigrant into a voter? Because illegal immigrants can't vote. So it's bullshit. So now these entitlement programs is the reason why immigrants come here. It's not him. We're going to blame the illegal immigrants on the entitlement programs. The motherfucking money that you have worked for and put away for in Social Security, that we're paying them with it.
This is why the Democrats are so upset about the situation, because they're losing. If we turn off this gigantic money magnet for illegal immigrants, then they will leave and they'll lose voters.
Elon Musk is.
I thought that 45, 47 was going to make them leave. It's not about, we know that that's bullshit. Okay, first of all, I thought 45, 47 was going to put them out of the country. And he has put out far less people since he's been in office than Biden or Obama. But now it's the entitlements and the Democrats are paying them. Are you fucking... Okay, let's you hear people have been alleging that this man gets high on ketamine when he's feeling stressed out. So I don't know if that's so. I don't know if that's why he speaks like that, but let's continue.
Exactly said right here.
I might add, it's a permanently liberal bureaucracy.
Yes, very much so.
And it's not a bureaucracy that necessarily enforces or implements presidential policy.
They don't. In fact, they try their best to thwart presidential policy.
Now they're talking about federal workers. It's not exactly a bureaucracy. Okay, let me go back. I want you to know that they're talking about the federal workers right here, the people who they are getting rid of, who work in government. You know, the people who just do their jobs. So.
And it's a permanently liberal bureaucracy.
Yes, very much so.
And it's not a bureaucracy that necessarily enforces or implements presidential policy.
They don't.
And nor is it supposed to be a bureaucracy that enforces presidential powers, because it's their job to do what the job entails, and the job does not entail pushing the president's policy. And let's see what this muskrat has to say.
Don't. In fact, they try their best to thwart presidential policy. So the president is the elected representative of the people. And if the president cannot get things implemented as a reflection of the will of the people, then what we have is not a democracy, we have a bureaucracy.
Okay, so how the president get things enacted is not through government workers. It's through the Congress and the Senate. So now they're trying to pretend like just because you have a job and you may not have voted for the president, you're somehow impeding his presidential powers and agenda. Just by doing whatever freaking job that you have. If you work for the forestry, if you work for the we covered this before the election. If you work for the IRS, if you work for USAID, if you work for whatever, because whatever you are doing in USAID, you're not doing it until Congress approves the budget for you to do it for those specific things. So once it's approved via Congress, then you are doing what has been approved. So if the president has something that an issue that he wants to push forward, wouldn't that be where he go to push it forward? So this motherfucking South African is over here acting as if federal workers are impeding presidential powers. Dumb shit. Trying to rationalize this bullshit that they have done. Let's continue. But why? Let me stop sharing. I don't know if you guys are talking. He's lying. Hey, Miss Magnificent. Good morning, Nessa A. Muskrat and 4547 are playing in our faces on a worldwide stage. His stock is crashing. He's hiring an ex-got a hat. Boy, bye. Let me see. Is he high? It should be a spread sheet. Hey, Yatanya. Yeah, okay. So where have you heard all this before? Miss Magnificent, thank you for the super chat. I hope you have learned something. I do the goals if you have learned something that you didn't know. Okay. Yatanya, did I speak to you? Fingers not working today. I understand that. Girl, sometimes I have that queued up, girl. You know I have that queued up. So where have we heard all of this stuff that they were going to hire loyalists. And I played it for you. The president of the Heritage Foundation went on MSNBC with Shimon Sanders and what is his name? Michael Steele. And he said, and when they were talking about it, Michael Steele was saying, well, what about my father? My father has been working as a civil servant for like 30 years. Is he going to get fired because he's not a loyalist? And then I forget his name. Kevin, the president of Heritage Foundation said, most likely, he said, and it's actually more than 50,000 jobs. He said 90% of the federal workers have given to campaigns, Democrat campaigns. 90% of the federal workers, and he said it's more like 2 million federal workers. And he said 90% of them have given to Democrats, either congressmen, local Democrats, and that was the reason that it showed that they could not push a Republican agenda. So they had to go. Now, 90% of 2 million, I think 1,800,000 people. That's what he said. And if you don't believe that's what he said, we're gonna let's see where he said this at. Let's hear it from his mouth. So we've heard this before. I've played this for you before. I played this for you during the election. Let me find it. 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Bear with me. Let's hear this. Okay. Okay, let me share my screen. And we're no longer going to deny. So Elon Musk, he has this great idea. Now, he came on here with that bullshit lie, and we are to believe that, he has a fantastic mind and all of this. And we see that he's can barely get words out. It appears like, it appears like what it appears to be. So let's hear where he gets.
There's a dramatic shift away from those Reaganesque principles when you have someone like Trump who has advocated some of the things he has. But before we get to that, I want to get to the nub of this, because you can't really do anything until you remove what has been identified as the problem, and that is 50,000 federal employees. Axios noted, quote, the massive headhunting quest aims to recruit 20,000 people to serve in the next administration as a down payment on 4,000 presidential appointments plus potential replacements for as many as 50,000 federal workers who are policy adjacent, as Trumpers put it.
Who are policy adjacent. Policy adjacent. So that's the only requirement that you need to have your job, because you heard Musk said and Kudlow tried to put out there that they are not pushing forward the president's agenda, and it's not their job. Their job does not include this. So let's continue.
Jason, to what? I mean, you're talking about people who've been in federal government. My daddy was a federal government employee, so I would be really appalled thinking that he could be on someone's chopping block because they think he is part of some deep state effort. Talk to us about what that looks like. If Heritage is calling for removing 50,000 federal employees, who are you replacing them with? And where do they come from? I mean, even if it's not 50,000, if it's 10,000, if it's 2,000.
No, it's more than that, Michael. You're going down. Wait till he answered this question, and understand that they have been training these people, these loyalists. They have been letting all of their buddies sign up for these jobs. People who toe the line, who bend the knee. Let's continue.
Where are they coming from, and who are you replacing them with? Because I suspect a lot of those people you're talking about have been in the federal service for a long time and have served not just Republican administrations, but also Democratic administrations, et cetera.
They have. And 95% of them who give political contributions give them to the Democratic Party. I reject out of hand, Michael, that somehow
you're going to fire someone because they wrote a check to a Democratic candidate.
No, we're going to fire someone, and the number needs to be more than 50,000, considering that there are more than 2 million federal employees. Because over the last century, the radical left has seen the administrative state as the fourth branch of government. They're unelected bureaucrats. Nothing against your dad, obviously, as a human being. You know that about me. And
they're unelected bureaucrats, but they do not push policy. They are doing jobs. That's kind of like saying you're going to fire the woman who works in the Senate cafeteria because she gave to a local Democrat because she's not pushing the policy agenda. But she's pushing out some hot food to you, which is her job. So let's be clear. This is Project 2025 direct agenda. This came out prior to the election, this interview prior to the election. I played this prior to the election. And now here we are in the thick of all of this bullshit and all of this denying that this presidency was not going to be about Project 2025 when I am listen. Okay, so let me go a little further. He said let me rewind this back a little bit.
People you're talking about have been in the federal service for a long time and have served not just Republican administrations, but also Democratic administrations, et cetera.
They have. And 95% of them who give political contributions give them to the Democratic Party. I reject out of hand, Michael, that somehow
you're going to fire someone because they wrote a check to a Democratic candidate.
No, we're going to fire someone, and the number needs to be more than 50,000, considering that there are more than 2 million federal employees. Because over the last century, the radical left has seen the administrative state as the fourth branch of government. They're unelected bureaucrats. Nothing against your dad, obviously, as a human being. You know that about me and heritage. But ultimately, we have to devolve power from the imperial city of Washington back to the people.
Because he wrote a check to a Democratic candidate without any appreciation or understanding where his political allegiance.
We will dramatically reform agencies that take rights away from people.
Why does that matter?
They're doing their job about a mission that's misaligned. For example, the U.S. Department of Education. Thankfully.
Okay, if they're doing their job for a mission that is not aligned, then you fucking win some seats and vote in the aligned policies through the Congress and the Senate. It's not about these people jobs who they're dispersing aid and payments out that has been approved by the Senate and the Congress. Period. This is bullshit. Let's continue.
President Trump deserves credit for saying that he wants to end the Department of Education. That means that employees in that agency, even if they've been serving that mission with great competence, will have to go look for another job. What's more important,
even if they've been serving that job with great competence, they will have to go look for other jobs. Where are they going to get? Where are all of these people going to get jobs from? You heard him. I said 90%. He said 95% of the 2 million people are not supporting the agenda. So therefore they have to go. That's what he said. Of 95% of the 2 million people. Are we clear? Hey, lovely one. Thank you for being here. They have been vetting from the time 45, 47 left office before in regards to the Project 2025 agenda. I believe, I definitely believe so. And the Russ Volt, who's over uh, uh, the OBM, Office of Budget and Management, he is one of the co-authors of Project 2025. I showed the videos of him saying that he wants federal workers to be traumatized. He said that he don't want them, he wants them to go to work and feel uncertainty. And that's exactly what is going on right now with federal workers. If you have been watching me, see, I'm not telling you, I'm not on here to talk about my feelings. I'm just on here trying to connect the dots into what's actually going on. I played the clip of Russ Volt saying out of his own mouth that he wants the government worker to feel traumatized when they go into work. Okay. And before he had even been voted in for the Office of Budget and Management, he was the one who initiated. There will be no more federal payments going out. He hadn't even been confirmed for his seat yet, and they came out and said that came directly from the person who was over the Office of Budget and Management. He hadn't even been voted in, confirmed, and he was already making the call that there would be that had to be walked back and pushed back, that first executive order. Okay, do you know if anyone has started the impeachment process? Well, Al Green said that he was drawing up letters of impeachment, and that's the first and last that I heard of it. These little dick men. We need all of this information and more. Yes. Okay, so let me. Yeah, it's a lot. It really is a lot. And let's talk about why 4547 said he cannot guarantee you that we are going into a recession. 4547 had so many camera appointments yesterday. The cameras were supposed to be in there as he signed more executive orders, but he canceled every on-camera appearance yesterday because the stock market tanked yesterday, and he's afraid that we're actually going into a recession. Let me play a little bit of this for you. All of the links are in the description box. I'm playing this as news under the Fair Use Act. Go check some of these out.
It's the 7th worst day of his life today, with the stock market crashing on fears of a Donald Trump-caused recession, which Wall Street is calling the Trump session. Getting a recession named after you as president is not easy. It usually is not so clear, not an absolute straight line of causation from presidential policies to a recession. And so no one called any of the recessions of our lifetimes a president recession, a Bush recession, or a Reagan recession, or, none of that. They didn't try to do that with the name of any other president during our lifetimes. Of course, there were no recessions under the last 3 Democratic presidents, President Biden, President Obama, President Clinton. Donald Trump has failed miserably in his attempt to blame what even he suggests may be a looming recession on President Biden, who handed Donald Trump the highest performing American economy in history and the highest performing stock market in history.
Okay, so this is the reason I wanted to play this, because you hear Donald Trump and the Republicans always coming out claiming that they had to clean up the mess that they were left from Biden. And I want you to understand that under the Biden administration, I told you while Biden was still in office that of all of the countries that went through COVID and all of the economic hardships that COVID caused, the United States under Biden had the best performing economy, the best that the economy was not damaged as bad as everyone else. And you need to understand that, and I feel that Biden should have not. I think that Biden should have been primary to see if he was going to be on the top of the ticket. I think that they should have allowed him to be primary, and I think that they should have pulled him out way earlier. I'm not like, oh, Biden this, but I'm not going to erase the facts that under President Biden, the stock market made more fucking gains that were nominal gains. This is the first time the stock market has gotten this high. This is the second time that it's gotten higher than the first time. He had like 34 times where the stock market broke highs under Biden. And you're not going to be able to take that away because these are the facts. The stock market made gains that they never had made before under Biden. But they're trying to act as if they needed to dig the United States out of a hole because of the Biden economy. So, and they're acting like, well, we need to drill for more oil. The United States is building, has more oil and has been digging for more oil under Biden than any time in Americans' history. Let's continue. So when you know the facts, you cannot just sit up here and listen to them tell these lies, and you know they're lies, and it just infuriates me. Them making excuses. Everything is the Biden's fault. Everything is Biden's fault. None of this stuff is Biden's fault. They had a jobs. They announced their jobs. They announced the number of jobs that they have created, 150,000 jobs. And they tried to act like that was something to sing about. And when they have, I think they fired more than that number of people with this Elon Musk thing. But they tried to act like his job report was amazing. It was abysmal. Let's continue.
And during the Trump presidency, just these last few weeks, consumer prices have gone up and stock prices have gone down, way down. CNBC reports on Friday, Tesla wrapped up a 7th straight week of losses, its longest losing streak since debuting on the NASDAQ in 2010. The stock has fallen every week since CEO Elon Musk went to Washington, D.C. to take on a major role in the second Trump White House, since peaking at $479.86 on December 17th. Tesla shares have lost more than 50% of their value, wiping out upward of $800 billion in market cap. Monday marked the stock's 7th worst day on record.
If feet are numb and the sensation won't go away, do this 30-second
in my opinion, our own Congress act as though they are scared of Trump. Yes, I agree. Now, Elon is the one who is supposed to be spearheading us through these alleged tough times and overpayments and all of this streamlining the fucking the budget. It seems like he's good at streamlining his own profits. So is this the best man looking at how his business is going? In all his other business, he gets government contracts to fulfill. And let's not forget the rocket that blew up in shitted trash all over the world. Was it this week? Last week or this week? The other day? And this is the successful business person that we have put in charge of writing and of getting America back in shape. At what point is it time to fire Elon Musk? At what type of track record does he have other than running to the government with ideas? Stealing, blatantly stole the Verizon contract for the air traffic controller system. And if Ukraine, someone who's in the middle of a war that don't have steady power, is able to fucking hack his propaganda server X. Exactly how good of a businessman is this that we have doing all of these things? At what point should he be fired? I'm asking. How is this the best of the best? I'm asking. Let's not forget that he said he was going to hire people that were in tech and tech security, while at the same time he has hired somebody who worked for a tech security company and actually gave away some of their trade secrets to a competitor. That's who's working for him. That's who he's hiring. If you've been watching me, I already gave you these stories. So at what point do we fire this motherfucker? I'm asking. Y'all have any answers? I guess y'all don't have no answers. Okay. So you guys can go see the remainder of that. Now we have some Republicans out here trying to explain exactly what's going on. I think that this is quite enjoyable. Let's check this out.
Target and Best Buy said last week that prices are going up in direct relation to the tariffs. Is that a good thing for your constituents on Staten Island and beyond?
I mean, but the tariffs, the tariffs haven't even gone into effect. They've been postponed. So,
tariffs have gone.
Okay, now she's talking about prices going up because of the tariffs. Now, this bitch is stuttering. The tariffs haven't even gone into effect. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue.
I mean, but the tariffs, the tariffs haven't even gone into effect. They've been postponed. So,
tariffs have gone into effect for China and others. Yeah.
Been in effect.
No, some of the tariffs have gone into effect. Yes.
Well, but not the ones to Mexico and Canada, and the tariffs in China. They were in effect over the last 4 years.
Donald Trump is increasing tariffs on China.
Okay, President Biden actually kept and increased tariffs on China. Okay, Trump came in, a slight change increase there, but these are tariffs that have been in place all through the Biden administration. It was a 50% tariff that Joe Biden kept in place, plus an additional 25% on particular sectors.
That was Republican lawmaker Nicole Malliotakis trying, maybe not quite hard enough, to defend the indefensible that is the imposition of Trump's tariffs as the stock market crashes. And of course, Malliotakis tries to explain away this phenomenon by lying that no tariffs have gone into effect. But again, that is an outright lie. Here's a timeline put together by NPR that highlights not just the fact that tariffs have indeed been imposed, but the chaos surrounding their implementation, which is in large part why other countries are fighting back the way they are. January 20th, on the day of Trump's inauguration, he promises tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China will be implemented February 1st. February 1st, Trump signs executive order to implement tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China, set to start on February 4th. Canada announces retaliatory 25% tariffs. February 3rd, Trump delays tariffs on Canada and Mexico by a month. He says Mexico will send 10,000 troops to the U.S. border to curb migration and that he was trying to work out an economic structure with Canada. February 4th. Fourth, 10% tariffs are, in fact, put in place against China, with China issuing retaliatory tariffs. February 5th, the Postal Service reverses course and lifts the ban put in place on Chinese packages because of the potential to create massive disruption for online retailers and U.S. shoppers. February 10th, Trump says he will impose 25% tariffs on steel imports from all countries, and he raises aluminum tariffs from 10 to 25%. February 13th, Trump signs a memorandum that sets the stage for reciprocal tariffs to go into effect across the board on April 2nd. February 26th, Trump says at a cabinet meeting he might give Canada and Mexico a 1-month reprieve on tariffs until April 2nd. February 27th, Trump reverses course and says they will go into effect March 4th. March 1st, Trump signs executive order to increase U.S. lumber production and orders probe into potential lumber import tariffs. The U.S. imports billions of dollars in lumber products from Canada. March 2nd, Commerce Secretary says tariffs on Canada and Mexico remain a fluid situation and they could be less than 25%. March 3rd, Lutnick says again that it's possible the tariffs don't go into effect, but Trump later confirms they will. March 4th, Trump levies 25% tariffs against Mexico, Canada, and China. China hits the U.S. with retaliatory tariffs, including on agricultural imports. Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau blasts Trump for cozying up to Russian President Putin and imposing tariffs against allies. He threatens to hit the U.S. with the retaliatory tariffs. Mocking Trudeau as governor, Trump says he will hit back if that happens. The stock market tumbles in response. March 5th, Trump delays tariffs related to autos until April 2nd. March 6th, Trump delays tariffs on Mexican goods. Later, he does the same for Canadian goods. The reprieve expires April 2nd. In other words, words, not only is it beyond unclear that certain tariffs have indeed gone into effect, even if Trump has tried to constantly scale them back as a negotiating tactic. But he's been so chaotic with them that even if they weren't imposed, it's still as if they were. He's been making these threats since the literal first day of his presidency.
Listening while making coffee. So please go over and check out the rest of this link. So it's a lot. It's a lot. Madison Grand Rising. Did I speak, Jill? Grand Rising, Jill. Okay, so let me stop this screen. So the uncertainty that he has also displayed, the uncertainty that he has also displayed, has his stock market tanking. And there was a congressman from Canada who said that they will stop all the power going to the United States. Now, understand, and they put a 25% tariff. They have done this, Canada, on all the states. I think it's Michigan, New York City, and there's another state in the Midwest that get power from Canada. And Canada has put a 25% tariff on the power that these states get from Canada, which will make the bills go up at least $100. So the tariffs hurt who? And they said, fuck this back and forth. We're going to put the tariffs on. And the congressman said that he will actually turn the power off in these states. Keep fucking with me. That's what he said. Keep fucking with me and I will turn the power off. So while Trump is playing games. So it's a lot going on. Let me see. I think it is something else that I wanted to share with you. Did you guys see that 45, 47? There is an attack on free speech. So Colombia had some protests to support the Palestinian, and they are calling these who are they fighting? Who are they fighting in? Oh God! Who are they fighting? Oh my God! Israel and Hamas. They call these pro-Hamas rallies when they were only having rallies in support of the Palestinians. So you can't have a rally in supporting Palestinians, but they purse it as a pro-Hamas rally. So we remember all of the rallies that they had to support the Palestinian state, and one of the organizers at the rally at Columbia was arrested. He has a permanent citizen green card. He was arrested, and they said that he was arrested by ICE, and they said that they were going to deport him. without due process that every citizen in the United States has. Let's understand, he has a permanent green card. So this is what they're doing as far as free speech is concerned. And they said that there are a lot others that they are going to arrest too. And if you are here under a visa, or if you are here under a green card, they say that they're going to deport you for practicing your free speech as an American citizen. Did you guys hear about that? Now, a judge gave a temporary freeze on being able to deport this young man. But understand, they went to his house and arrested him for speech, trying to say that it was some type of supporting Hamas. You can't support the Palestinian people because 45, 47 want to talk about taking over their land and making it a rich enclave vacation spot for the mega rich and throwing these people off their own land. How dare you support them? We have plans for this land. I'll teach you guys to support human beings. I'll teach you guys to support human beings as I treat our allies, as I let our ally Ukraine fall prey to be just like the Palestinian people. Ugh. And we're supposed to be a civilized nation. Oh, let me see. Where is it? Where is it? Let me see. Here it is, right here. Let's check this out. Okay, let me share my screen with you.
University in New York has been arrested by federal immigration agents. A man who helped lead pro-Palestinian student protests at Columbia University in New York has been arrested by federal immigration agents. A lawyer for Mahmoud Khalil says he was taken away over the weekend. Khalil is a legal permanent resident of the U.S., but he was told his green card is being revoked. NPR's Adrian Florido reports this is in line with a vow by President Trump.
In late January, President Trump signed an executive order that he said would be used to go after students who participated in his words, the pro-jihadist protests. It directed federal agencies to work toward deporting international students who participated. The order cited federal law that allows deporting foreign nationals who express support for terrorism. Students have always rejected the claim that their protests were pro-terrorist or that they supported Hamas's 2023 attack on Israel. They say the protests were for peace in Gaza.
NPR's Adrian Florido reporting.
Now, I think that this is ludicrous. I think that this is ludicrous because at what point is Israel going to be through? I don't know. At what point is Israel going to be through? It seems like when all of the Palestinians are no longer on this earth. So to support life is being pro-Hamas. I don't believe that. And to purse it as that's what it is, to silence free speech. So what other thing are they going to use to shut down free speech? And I believe let's check this out. I believe Columbia and there are 60 colleges that they are threatening to withhold federal dollars. Colombia, they have said that they are going to withhold, I believe it's $400 million. I think I have that clip. Let me share the screen with you while I look for that clip. So let's check this out.
Look, all right, guys. So this story that you're about to hear here is crossing another giant, bright red line that under no circumstances should be crossed. But, look, you got to just call it what it is. We've lost our status as purely a liberal democracy. It's just not the case anymore. We are an authoritarian country at this point, an oligarchy. The robber barons have taken over. But even the idea of like human rights and constitutional rights, they're just gone. They're thoroughly gone. Let me walk you through this here. As we all know, Trump on the campaign trail repeatedly said, we're going to deport the pro-Hamas protesters. Deport the pro-Hamas protesters. Now, in reality, of course, that should have been a red flag in your mind, because these kinds of people look at anybody who is simply pro-Palestine and say, you're pro-Hamas. Those things are interchangeable to them. If you're pro-Palestine, you are pro-Hamas. So you have these massive protests on college campuses. Why? Because Israel is currently committing a genocide in Gaza. It's not really up in the air. It's not really difficult to determine what's happening. There is really no gray area at this point. That's why we have, every human rights group in the world has been screaming through a megaphone exactly what's going on. Amnesty International, for example. The UN is clear about what's going on. You have charges against Netanyahu at the International Criminal Court for the crime of genocide, right? Like, it's so clear what's happening. And so, of course, people of conscience are going to say, hey, I'm against the genocide. And also, by the way, the U.S. is arming and funding the genocide. Cut off the weapons immediately. It doesn't get any more loathsome than what we're witnessing here. There's blood on the hands of American leaders as well as the Israeli government, right? Cut off the weapons. On top of that, a lot of these protesters say, hey, any sort of investment that these universities and colleges have from Israel, reject the money. Cut it off. We don't want any connections with this genocidal regime. In the same way, I would hope that in 1939 or 1941, right, you would have people of conscience say, the Nazis are genociding Jews right now. Any investment from Nazi Germany, cut it off, right? And so, okay, look at this. Let's start here. Barnard College of Columbia University expelled 3 pro-Palestine students in less than 2 weeks, the first time in 57 years that the university has expelled anyone for protest. So we're easing into it. Here we're just talking about, they were expelled. Okay, it's going to get a lot worse. Scoop. The State Department to use AI, artificial intelligence, to revoke visas of foreign students who appear pro-Hamas. Again, I want to reiterate, to them that just means you're pro-Palestine. You took part in a protest saying, stop the Israeli genocide. That's pro-Hamas to these people. Also, as you all know, Trump repeatedly said, we're going to cut off any federal funds that any of these universities and colleges get. We are cutting off those funds unless and until you stop the illegal protests. Again, what does he mean by illegal protests? Well, right now it means any protest of Israel, we're just going to smear you and say it's pro-Hamas, and we're going to cut off the funding over that. So you need to crack down on those protests. But look, the fear is eventually what that's going to mean is just any protest against MAGA, against Trump, against his policy actions. Eventually, this is the path we're going down, right? The path we're going down is Trump is going to look at a big protest against him, against some of his actions, and he's going to say, this is an illegal protest. And this time when he says, I want to invoke the Insurrection Act, he doesn't have anybody around him to say.
Okay, so I talked about that yesterday. I talked about the things, the things that he is doing. It seems like he wants to actually invoke people to rise up and to protest. Look at all of the overt things that he is doing to claw back the rights of voters, the rights of Black people that we had to fight. Our ancestors died for, and they are repealing them back and then trying to slap us in the face by saying that we are not qualified for these things and all of this type of stuff. So is the Insurrection Act what he does want to enact? And like he said, we don't have people in government who will pull him back. Insurrection acts is when he used our own military on our streets against us. Of course it is. Of course that's what he wants, because it's written in Project 2025 that they're going to give him the authority, and they have told him. I played the video of Russ Vought, who's over the Office and Budget Management, who wanted to inflict pain on federal workers, and they had a undercover video of him saying that they have shown him the avenue to use to get our military on our street to quell any protesters. I let you listen to that. He said it out of his own mouth that they have told Trump exactly what to do to put the military on our street against us if we protest. And it's also written in black and white in Project 2025. You know, the Project 2025, where they wouldn't tell you what was in store for the first 180 days, the secret phase of Project 2025, and they would not answer to Congress what was in store for you and I in the first 180 days. Well, it seems like we're finally finding out. Okay, let me play a little bit more of this.
Hey, don't do that. We don't deploy the U.S. military in U.S. streets. Last time he had people trying to rein him in and steer him in the right direction. Now that they're not there, they're all yes men. You think Pete Hegseth is going to stand up and say, no, we're not going to do that? A new office at Columbia is investigating dozens of students for speech critical of Israel. One Palestinian student recently got a notice accusing her of discriminatory harassment. Ready for this? Her alleged offense, writing a pro-divestment op-ed in the student newspaper. So now it's discriminatory harassment and anti-Semitism to say, hey, we need to divest from Israel. Guys, moments like this is exactly why the First Amendment exists and exactly why free speech exists. Because if you let the powerful run wild, this is what they do. Anything that threatens them, anything that threatens their business interests and the money flow, right? They're like, hey, crack down on it, make it illegal, expel.
And that's exactly what it is. It's a business interest. It's all about business. I showed you way prior to the election, Jared Kushner talking about how Gaza was beautiful beach waterfront property. I showed you guys long ago. And then I showed you 4547 saying it, I think it was 9 or 10 months after Jared said it. And everybody act like they were shocked that he said it since he has been in office. I don't know why they were shocked. He had already said that once before himself, 4547. This is about business. This is not about people. When we understand that the only interest that is important to 4547 is money. And I don't know why they think that 4547 gives a fuck about his voter, his base, or anything like that, because he legally, he cannot run anymore. So who cares what the base thinks about him? If you can't run anymore, what are you going to do? You're going to get money so you can be comfortable. So all of the fucks up that you did with all the millions that you inherited, you can sit among billionaires. You're going to create a crypto coin where anybody can funnel money to you. You're going to blatantly usurp the emolument clause, where a sitting president cannot enrich himself from being the president by having CEOs being able to meet you at your Mar-a-Lago property and pay you $5 million for a one-on-one sit down with you, or pay $1 million to have a group sit down with you. So nobody sees any of this. Do you think that he gives a shit about the regular people? Do you think that they give a shit about this Social Security shit? They trying to say Social Security is messed up so they can privatize it. And what's going to happen when they privatize it? They're going to have to start paying these big CEOs. And what are CEOs more concerned about? Shouldn't the United Healthcare situation let you know what CEOs are concerned about? They're concerned about their shareholders. You know, they're so concerned about their shareholders that they had a CEO down there on the pavement bleeding out, and they still had their shareholder meeting, didn't they? That's what they're concerned about. They're not, now, I think they said that Social Security has like a $3 trillion fund. And so can you imagine how quick? They said that they have, they're going to put AI into Social Security and we know how good AI is working at United Healthcare. They have a 90% turn down approval rating, turning down doctors' requests for testing, for surgeries, for therapies. They have a 90% decline percentage using AI technology. And who created that? The guy who was bleeding out on the street, who they said was such a good employee, who had done so much good stuff, because it turned down so many services for the people who were insured for medical services. It saved them so much money. It earned them so much money that United Healthcare made the largest profit out of any healthcare insurance firm in 2023. And what happened in 2024? They broke that barrier and made even more money for their shareholders. So what the fuck you think that they gonna do with Elon Musk putting his tech people in, and they're gonna put AI in and all of this type of shit? Who the fuck you think they're gonna try to protect? Their shareholders of the staff that they have to put in and correct the system that, if left alone, will pay with all of whatever they say is wrong with Social Security. If they do nothing, it will pay out 83% of their payments. So if they tweak it a little bit, they can still pay 100% of their payments. But they want you to believe that it is so broken that they need the big minds to come in there, because these bureaucrats that they're paying to not go with the president's agenda. It seems like the people you're trying to put in there are the people who. So if the bureaucrats are not going with the president's agenda, you're trying to put your people in there to go with the president's agenda. And you know his agenda, no matter what he says, is not to keep Social Security solvent. It's a whole fucking money game. It's a whole motherfucking it's a whole motherfucking scam. And while Musk said Social Security is the biggest Ponzi scheme that he's heard of, a whole motherfucking welfare queen is saying that Social Security is a Ponzi scheme because you don't have to pay nothing up front, but they're on the hook for you all the way throughout your whole retirement. But by the time you retire, motherfucker, you have been putting your money in Social Security. Some of us have been working since we've been teenagers. We've been putting our own money in Social Security. We got far more days behind us where we were contributing to Social Security. And the way they keep on increasing the retirement age, we got far few days ahead of us that we will be collecting Social Security. They want to push the retirement age up to 72. So we got a few days ahead of us and all these days behind us where we have contributed to it. And if they do nothing, it will still pay 83% of the funds. So they don't want to fix it. They want to act as if it's irreparably broken. Let's be clear. Hey, the only Empress, how you doing? If they mess up Social Security, it's going to be an uprising for sure. Good to see you. Thank you. That is, they're trying to privatize Social Security. Hello, Sassy. Grand Rising, Queen Diva. Good Tuesday. I just stopped in. By mods and chat. Well, thank you for stopping in. They are attempting to bait protesters about pardoning Derek Chauvin. And even though this pardon is not going to get Derek Chauvin out of jail, they're just trying to anger people so they will start protesting. They scaled back all affirmative action, DEI. They act as if DEI is only for Black people. And let's understand it's for disabled veterans, it's for women, it's for a whole lot of people to accommodate them. So they say, well, if you need to be accommodated as a veteran, what is it? Alina Habba, that the attorney who always lost cases for 45-47, said, well, if you need to be accommodated in that fashion, maybe you don't need to be working as a veteran. So instead of respecting the fact that a veteran who has been injured serving this country still just don't want to lay up and collect, I'm 100% disabled. But they still want to go and be in the workforce. She's saying if they have to do anything to accommodate your disability that you got serving your country, well, maybe you shouldn't be in the workforce. After saying she respect the veterans. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see Alina Habba say that? They can pardon him because he has federal charges. That's why I said it's just totally unnecessary because he will not be getting out of jail. He has federal hate crime charges that he's serving at the same time he's serving these state charges. So they are aware. He pled guilty to those charges. He's serving those charges in conjunction with his state charges. But just to try to pour salt in the wounds of Black people, there is a big push to have 45-47 pardon him on these federal charges. That's the only purpose of this. Have you guys seen that they are tearing up the Black Lives Matter Square and renaming it in DC as a demand from 45-47, said if they do not rename the George Floyd Square in DC, that he is not going to give DC transit money. And they got jackhammers and all of this shit out there. Let me show you them removing the George Floyd Square because give DC transit money for the transit system. Let me see. Oh, it's not George Floyd. It's Black Lives Matter. I made a mistake. It's the Black Lives Matter Square and the Black Lives Matter came up to protest George Floyd. I got that mixed up. Let me share my screen. Hold on 1 second. I misspoke. Okay. This isn't the one it was one that had a couple of interviews. This isn't the one I want. It was one from the AP that had a couple of interviews. Oh no, it was the CNN 18 one. Okay. Let me make sure. Yeah, it was this one. It had a couple of interviews. That's the one that I wanted to see. Okay, because they spoke to a couple of the people.
I'm here because I just felt such frustration and outrage when I heard that the administration had pressured DC to take out Black Lives Plaza. When this went in, it meant a lot to a lot of people, residents of DC, but I think also to residents of the United States and to the world, that we were finally acknowledging something which has been a difficult part of U.S. culture.
So I felt it was important to come down here and just see it one last time before it went away, since, you know, the president put a mandate on her to get rid of it or he would take funding away from the district. And so, I mean, she had to make a decision on behalf of her community, you know, and the city and in the district. And I don't fault her for that. You know, we don't want the district to be defunded.
I'm frightened. This administration frightens me. It seems to be very prejudiced against people of color, against the LGBTQ community, against women who don't fall into line, actually against anyone who doesn't fall into line with what they want. And that's very frightening for a government that has always at least acknowledged that there are differences in our country.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop the link in the chat for the rest of this. If you guys want to check this out, I thought it was the AP, but it's actually a CNN video. Hey, watching from Cloud9. So these types of actions, I think, you know, I think that it's upsetting, and I think that's the point of these type of actions. Uh, 45, 47 didn't want to keep seeing it from the White House. I saw that. It's disgusting what he's doing. They are trying everything to get Black folks to start protesting, etc. Yes, I definitely believe that. But let's see who is protesting. Thank you for bringing that up. Uh, we let's see who is protesting. But far more of them. You guys broke this, and you guys are the ones who need to fix it. There are plenty of protests. Bernie Sanders is going to a lot of red districts, and the halls are full of people. Okay. Where is the. Okay. Oh, protests in Chicago. That's the one I wanted to show you. Uh, just one of the many protests. This is one of the larger ones that I've seen. So this is a protest in Chicago. They're chanting, "Lock him up." Now, they're right there on the water. I wonder if Rick Reed is down there. Did y'all see Rick Reed's video? He was in Chicago for his birthday. That kind of looks like where he was right there on the river. I wonder if Rick Reed is down there. I don't know. They all look to be about Rick Reed's color. It's hard to distinguish all of them tan people, palm color people down there. Hey, Rick Reed, happy birthday. Okay, so let me pick them out. If you guys haven't gone over to see Rick Reed celebrate his birthday, it looked like he had some real fun. So what do you guys think? What is this no Vaseline? I don't know what. Okay, what is this? Let me see. Okay, this is a idiot saying that it's just overpayments that need to be rectified with Medicare and Medicaid. Oh, those overpayments! I showed you this a couple of months ago that they knew that they were overpaying Medicare and Medicaid. They were being overcharged by the insurance companies, but Biden, instead of implementing it right away, he held off on it for 2 years in implementing the correction, and Medicare and Medicaid actually have a fund that these insurance companies are taking money from when they overcharge. So it does make them that less solvent. And what did the insurance company have to say about this? I showed you the CEO of United Healthcare, the insurance company who makes billions and billions of dollars, what he had to say about the overcharging and the money that they were making off of Medicare. So let me show you what this numbnut is trying to say. That no, this is the only thing they're trying to do. And the insurance company knew that they were overcharging. So why are you going after Medicare and Medicaid and you're not going after these insurance companies who were overcharging? Is my point. See, these all of these smart motherfuckers sitting out here feeding America bullshit. Instead of feeding them the truth, United Healthcare has made more than I forget what they compared United Healthcare's profit to. Just huge profits. And surpassed the largest profit that they had in 2023. They surpassed in 2024. But nobody's going to them to get these overpayments they were charging Medicare and Medicaid. So this is what this numbnut thinks. Hey, stop. No barking. No barking.
And I think Doge is leading the effort in that, and I welcome it.
So they're getting you ready. That's what that really is. They're getting you ready. Because who's to stop the Trump administration and Doge from just saying, oh, you were getting paid more than you should have been? That's what they're priming you for.
Hey, it's Jordan. I am in Flint, Michigan, East Palestine, Ohio, Tumwa, Iowa. Please support the only independent outlet on the ground covering what the corporate media covers up.
What's up, everybody? Ron Placone here, reporting for Status Coup. Elon Musk is coming after Social Security. Yes, this is for real. No, this is not a drill. Let's hit it. Okay, so new in an email obtained by the Bulwark, the acting Social Security administrator made clear they're going to outsource, i.e. privatize, operations. The expectation is it will be the call centers that seniors depend on. All right, so let's read into this. The sweeping cuts brought on by President Donald Trump and Elon Musk through their Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, have swept all the way up to the Social Security Administration. While Trump has long pledged not to touch the popular social insurance program, the DOGE cuts have had a major effect. So far, employees have been fired and offices have been shuttered in what the SSA described in a press release as an agency-wide organizational restructuring that will include significant workforce reductions. Though, as Democratic lawmakers often remind the public, they are in a powerless position in government right now, they are already sounding the alarm. What is their final goal here? Is it to privatize Social Security? That would be a huge disaster, said Senator Patty Murray of Washington. But yeah, I mean, when you're firing this many people, closing that many offices, don't have people to write the checks, you are looking for a disaster. While Murray noted she has not yet seen any missed Social Security payments, she has heard the constituents in her state and elsewhere have started experiencing extended wait times and difficulty getting through to customer service since DOGE took up the knife. On March 1st, Lee Dudick, the acting SSA commissioner, sent an email to staff that raised more than a few eyebrows on and off the Hill. The note, titled Our Road Ahead and obtained by the Bulwark, suggested that civil protections for SSA workers were going to be stripped away. The autonomy our employees once enjoyed changed, and that major changes in the form of tough, decisive choices were coming. Tucked into the letter was one line in particular that caught the attention of a few recipients. All right, so here's the big verbiage here. We stand at a crossroads. With a clear mandate to change from the president, we are committed to ensuring that accountability never interferes with our customer contact service mission. We administer old age survivors, disability insurance, and Social Security. It is not our job to do the mission work of the FTC, ICE, BLS, IRS, or the states. The life-affirming moments we provide in the lives of citizens is a result of serendipity, from doing our work well. It is not an end in itself, nor our mission. We need to double down on our greatest strength, the field. Now, here's the big part here. We need to revitalize SSA operations by streamlining activities, outsource non-essential functions to industry experts, and reinstating human judgment and common sense into every decision at every level. What did Dudick mean by outsource non-essential functions? He doesn't elaborate in the rest of the email. But Martin O'Malley, who ran the SSA under Joe Biden, suggested Dudick's plans could include automation and the use of AI to replace live human beings in call centers. So in other words, if you're a senior and you're having some issues with your Social Security payment, or if you're somebody on disability or anything like that, you're not going to be able to get through to a human person. You're going to be dealing with an AI call center, which I think we all have experienced that in some capacity. Maybe it's with.
Okay, so there's that report. Excuse my dog. He hears something or something outside. I apologize for all his barking. Good morning, T. Danielle. Doesn't he sound ferocious? Doesn't he sound ferocious? I think that's a good thing. So that is in the description box. I would, if you like that channel, I think that is a good channel to join. Let me present this information about the colleges that have been threatened. Yale is among the 60 colleges. Harvard, Yale, among 60 colleges warned of fund cuts over anti-Semitism claims. Now, we see what they call anti-Semitism when the author of the Columbia paper suggested that they divest from Israel. They said that was a harassment and anti-Semitism. Okay, the Department of Education announced Monday it is investigating 60 colleges and universities over allegations of anti-Semitic harassment and discrimination. The big picture, the warning comes after President Trump threatened last week to pull federal funding from colleges he accused of allowing illegal protests on campus. His administration on Friday pulled some $400 million in federal grants and contracts from Columbia University, citing the school's alleged continued inaction in the face of persistent harassment of Jewish students. Columbia served as the epicenter of nationwide protests last spring over Israel handling of the Gaza war. The Education Department sent 6 universities, including Ivy League and UC schools, warning letters Monday saying that they must fulfill their obligations under the Title 6 of the Civil Rights Act. Is that? No, that's not 5. That's 6 of the Civil Rights Act to protect Jewish students. All of the universities are under investigation for the alleged Title 6 violation relating to anti-Semitic anti-Semitic harassment and discrimination, according to the department. What they are saying, the department is deeply disappointed that Jewish students studying on elite U.S. campuses continue to fear for their safety amid relentless anti-Semitic eruptions that have severely disrupted campus life for more than a year. University leaders must do better. I never see anything put out about the Black students who are just studying at Columbia and Yale and having the police called on them in libraries and in the public spaces, even in the dorm spaces that they study. I never hear any claims about harassment when we have an onslaught of these types of reports that go on at these elite U.S. campuses. Why? Do you ever? No, nothing's ever said. It's par for the course. You should be used to it. Get over it. Okay. University leaders must do better. Newly confirmed Secretary of Education Linda McMahon said in the statement. So Linda McMahon, you should do better about those ring boys that had you up on charges prior to you becoming the education secretary. Have you done better by your ring boys who they were alleged essay assault by your announcers and people who work for WWE, those allegations? Did you do better by them, Linda McMahon? Let's continue. U.S. colleges and universities benefit from enormous public investment funded by the U.S. taxpayer. That support is a privilege, and it is contingent on scrupulous adherence to federal anti-discrimination laws. So that is the where you. This is in my description box. I reported that he had taken $400 million from Columbia, and I just wanted to cite my sources. It's not about feelings. I'm just citing my sources. So, it's a lot. It's a lot. Now, hold on 1 second. I'm trying to find this insurance overcharges in Medicare. I am trying to find this. I just played it for you guys recently as well. It was a TYT. Let me go to their channel. It was a TYT report. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Oh, no, I can't find it. Unfortunately. No, let me see. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. No, I can't find it. Yes. Let me see one more thing. Oh, I can't find it. I will search my hey, Rich Rising, Max. I will search my prior videos because I know I have it, and I just wanted to know if there is so much waste, fraud, and abuse. Why are they not going to these insurance companies who are procuring such high profit margin by denying service, by overcharging Medicare and Medicaid, and being allowed to overcharge Medicare and Medicaid? How come they're not going to these insurance companies who knowingly have been overcharging and getting paid and shelling out profit to their shareholders? If there's such a problem with Medicare and Medicaid. See, I'm just calling out the bullshit. See, because the rich don't care about fleecing the regular man. Because God forbid that they would go to the mega rich who found out a way to put an algorithm in place to deny health care to the people who are paying health care insurance. Okay, so It's a lot. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 10 more tons of shit piled upon the shit that we are living in right now. But let me. I'm gonna end with exactly how the stock market crashed on yesterday. I don't know how it's doing today. When I came on, they were waiting on the opening bell. So they were protesting for the man who was arrested by ICE. They had a big protest out there to free him. Like I say, he has gotten a stay. A United States citizen who they are not giving due process to, saying that they are going to deport him. Let me see. I think this is what I want to show you about how the economy is sinking under 45-47. And I really don't, I think a song is in order. Jill, you want to hear a song? You want to hear a song? Here it goes. Is this it? I don't know if this is it. No, that's not it. One more. Let me go back one more. I think that would have been a good song for Elon to sing, but I don't think I want that one. Okay, so I told you that a 45-47 had many television things that he was going to do on yesterday. But then after the word got out about how horrible the economy was going, he canceled all on-camera press briefings and things like that. He also had you know how he likes to sign those executive orders with big flair in front of the cameras with his pouting face on, in his poo-poo face, I'm getting rid of this face on. But he canceled that as well. So I'm going to dedicate, I'll dedicate my song after I show you this information. Okay. I know Jill wants to hear me sing it. Okay. Let me share this. Go over and join the Midas Touch. I recommend it. Check it out.
Multiple times, but it seems that he canceled those appearances. Donald Trump had a busy schedule today where he was supposed to go in front of the cameras multiple times, but it seems that he canceled those appearances as the markets were crashing. There's a reason why they call Donald Trump Bunker Boy. When the heat is there, Donald Trump runs away and he flees. Just take a look at the daily guidance for his press schedule. He was supposed to be in multiple meetings where there was going to be cameras. There was going to be a round table where the press was going to be there around 2 p.m. He was going to sign executive orders around 3 p.m. And then he was going to hold a ceremonial swearing in where he was going to be videotaped as well, where that was going to be on camera as well. Donald Trump, though, canceling all of his
time on my hand since you've been away, boy. I ain't got no plans. No, 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 no. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And the sound of the rain against my window pane is surely driving me insane. Boy, I'm going down.
Appearances. You can see Donald Trump here walking up the very small stairs.
I'm going down.
Of Air Force One as he departed yesterday from Mar-a-Lago. Donald Trump likes to make fun of former President Biden for climbing up those other.
Since you ain't around, baby, My whole world's upside down.
But take a look at what Trump did as he was leaving his vacation. But the White House did put out the following statement. Here's what the White House put out. Asked about the day's stock market downturn, a White House official responded with the following statement. This is real. I'm not making this up. An official White House statement about the tanking markets today. Want to emphasize that we're seeing a strong divergence between animal spirits of the stock market and what we're actually seeing unfold from businesses and business leaders, and the latter is obviously more meaningful than the former on what's in store for the economy in the medium to long term. You take a look right here, this from the Wall Street Journal about the stock market today. The NASDAQ falls about 4% after Donald Trump doesn't rule out a recession. Other headlines like this, Wall Street sell-off. The Dow is down almost 900 points. Consumer confidence is now...
Did they say something about animal spirits? The only animal spirits I noticed is I never thought leopards could eat my face. Oh, I never thought leopards could eat my face. We came together on bigotry and now the shit fell back on me. Oh, I never thought leopards could eat my face. Oh, y'all heard that song? Leopards are eating the face of the Trump voters. They have gotten what they voted for. I am on call. I will be back shortly. I know you left because I was singing, Jill. I don't care. I'm finna get out of here, Jill. Jill, I'm gonna at you with my date. I think you said your day is March 23rd. We're doing crafting and conversation. That is still an ongoing thing. We're trying to keep that going. We will be combining Mother's Day and Easter, so it can be either or. And so Jill has picked her date. I'm going to pick my date to give especially for Easter decorations. I know people usually want those decorations out at least a week before Easter so they can, enjoy them for a little while. So I thank you guys for, did I meet my goals? I don't think I met my goals, but I want to thank you guys for the super chat. You can also support this channel by sharing. You can support it by hitting the like button. You can share it you can support it by $ Ronnie Q, joining a membership, or just meeting me here and conversing with me. Everything is not for everybody, but this, I don't. Hey, have you guys watched Narco? I watched them both. I was in the middle of watching the Narco Colombia one, and then they added one more season. So I'm done with that, but I'm about to watch something new on Netflix. What is it called? Oh, God. I am so bad. Okay, I'm back. I said, I know you just left because I was singing. That's what I said. And all of a sudden you're back. Hey, Michi Black. I hope you're having a great afternoon or evening where you are. Bye, Nappy Child. Okay, so I said that I'm going to will tag you in a message, Jill, and give you my date for our craft and conversation project. And I was alerting our few viewers that we have that we're still doing our crafting and conversation, and we're combining Mother's Day and Easter. And we're going to try to give people enough time, if we do Easter decorations, to display them for a little while. So that's all that I have. And thank you guys for coming out. Hit the like button on your way out, and I'll be around collecting some more information. There are a few clips that I did not get around to play today, But please peruse my description box about some things that have been going on. And please subscribe to some of these channels. And don't, one more. I got one more. I have to share with you. Now, everybody, quite a few people, and I'm not going to say everybody, quite a few people are aware of Jasmine Crockett. And when Elon Musk is the most hated man in America, that is premiering now on Reese Waters. But everybody is aware of Jasmine Crockett. And when she came out of that Trump debacle where he said all of those lies, a lot of people were calling her ghetto. I didn't know that she did a little. Hold on. I didn't know that she did a little dance prior to it. Go over and check out Reese Waters' video. Now, they were calling her ghetto and hood and this and that and the other. But now they're saying that she is trying to pull the wool over our eyes. She's just trying to pretend like she's ghetto. And she went to a elite private school, and she went, I think they said she's a Rhodes Scholar as well. But you don't have to tell me that she is not intelligent. See, you guys were the one who were trying to pretend that she was unintelligent, as you have Marjorie Taylor Greene up there with her dumb ass. See, you don't have to tell me that she is intelligent when she sits your asses down with the actual facts. You don't have to tell me she's an intelligent woman. She's an attorney. She had her own law firm. You guys trying to act like you don't know that. So they were calling her hood and ghetto. This one TikTok guy said he has never had so many responses to his TikTok until he premiered her little dance that she did before the little State of the Union address. They didn't call it addressing of Congress last week. And he said, unfortunately, they were all so disgusting about Jasmine Crockett being ghetto. So Reese Waters did a video, and I just want to play this portion of the video that they act as if they didn't know this about this qualified Black woman. So let me share this with you. The name of this video is Megyn Kelly, MAGA mob attacks Jasmine Crockett for being educated. Now they're saying that she was perpetrating a fraud and she is highly educated. Duh. Okay. Let's see this little clip. Okay.
Supposed to be that she's educated. You clearly have not been paying attention.
It was hitting me a little differently as a Black woman sitting here, because it almost seemed as if you either get diversity or you get qualifications. It did not seem as if my colleague understood that someone can be diverse and qualified. And it is why you have people like me that get very frustrated, not just in the halls of Congress, but in general in this country. Because as I'm sitting here and there seemed to be this question of you're either diverse or you're qualified, all I could think about was the fact that I currently hold an honorary doctorate. I also hold a Juris Doctorate. I also hold a bachelor's. I also technically hold the rank of Lieutenant Colonel in the Civil Air Patrol. And I actually practiced law for almost 2 decades, in addition to serving on various boards, in addition to being a prior state lawmaker. And there are those that would make some people believe that because I happen to be Black and or a woman, that somehow, even though I can rattle off all the qualifications in the world. My Blackness makes me unqualified.
Now, if you like, I could get that whole thing transcribed.
Okay, so go over and check out Reese Waters. Jill, I will look at your project. I didn't see it. I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to try to make it next weekend. Is next weekend on a Friday, Saturday? I know you're not going to do it on Sunday. Is it Friday or Saturday? And what time is it so I can start advertising it? Are you still here, Jill? Are you still here, Jill? Are you still here, Jill? I guess she's not here. Okay, so I'm going to go over to Jill's comfort zone. We're going to do a crafting and conversations next weekend. I'll announce the dates and the time. And thank you guys for joining me. I hope you guys have a blessed remainder of your day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, I got to run. I got to go watch Reese Waters. So come on over to Reese Waters. Let me drop his link in the chat. You know, I really, hold on 1 second. Let me drop the link in the chat. Come on over and check out Reese Waters. He's doing a premiere right now. You know, edify your motherfucking soul instead of all these YouTube fantasies and lies. Saturday, you need to have patience, Lord. I'm multitasking. I just wanted to know. Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be over at Jill's on her JLC page. Let me now this first page, that's Reese Waters. Let me pull up Jill's JLC page. No, JCZ page. JCZ Crafting. This is where we will be doing our crafting and conversations over on Jill's page Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Is this the page? Okay. Okay, this is the page. Okay. I'm going to drop her link to her other page here. A lot of people didn't know that she has another page. There you go. Thank you guys for being here. God bless you. And I bid you adieu. All right. Bye-bye.